All right, so this is going to be your take the top off the Jeep video, hopefully. 4 eyelets, 2 inches long, no thinner than a 3/8 neck because you want to hold the weight. They're into the studs. So this is the back. That's the back. Front. Back your Jeep in. Mark your studs pretty much as wide as your top, and you're good. Then what I did was I hung Mr. Easter Egg right here so you can see it's in line. When I back up and that touches the back of my window, then I know I'm in line. Pulling it in center, that takes a little bit of practice. 2 kinds of straps. This is your main strap. This is a cam. I got this at Ace Hardware. If you look, once you put tension on it, the teeth go into place. It won't come back down. To lower it, what I do, and I'll show you how I pull this up. To lower it, you just push in, you release the tension, and it comes down. That's number 1. Again, that's your main straps. Your secondary straps, you can get these at Walmart, anywhere, Home Depot, Lowe's. This is my secondary strap. So once the top is holding on the main strap, then I use this to go between the eyelets as a backup should the first one fail. Now it also dawned on me, you've never had a Jeep before, so you may have never ever taken your top off before. So a couple things with the top and doors. Let me switch through. You're going to have this set up in the back as well. This is for your rear wiper. This is for your bug juice, your wiper juice. So what you're going to want to do is that red clip right there, push it over, and then here you push down and you wiggle and you pull. It's a pain in the ass. This one, there's really no way to do it except for see where it connects down here. You just play with it, wiggle it, pull it. Once you get these off, and I'll show you when I get the top off, you can fold those under. The other thing is, I don't know if you ever had your doors off yet. If not, underneath your hinge, and sorry the door's Jeep's a little dirty, your screw here on both hinges. Just take those off, door will lift off and it'll come out. First time getting the doors off is going to be a bitch. And then the last start prior to doing anything else is you need to remove the screws for your roof. So I have 3 of them, 3 of these, 1 on each side. Under here, they're like little sliders. I don't know if you can see that. Those little sliders slide back and forth to line up with your roof. When I put the Jeep back together, I keep the back one on, the center one is out, and I put the front one back in, and that's it on both sides. I never put all 6 back in because it's just more I have to take off. Another thing, I don't know if you found it yet, but when you pull up your back, Jeep has a cool little place to put your roof screws and your door screws. I think your doors are over here. Sorry for the dirt. This Jeep's seen some mud, as you can tell. But that's where they stay. And then I also have the dedicated torque in there that fits the Jeep, so it's always in there in case I need to put it on for whatever reason hurriedly. And when you have kids, hang on, I don't know if you guys keep rifles in your Jeep, but when you have kids, things like that disappear. All right, so lighting back here may suck. Jeep's in the garage. I'm underneath. I hung the short side with the cam on the back. You always want that on the back. So this piece down here, hang on, let me fish it up. That's going to have the other hook on the end. All right, I'm going to feed that through the back of the Jeep and out the front. You're going to go over that speaker cross member, but under the roof. So when I get it, I'll show you what I mean. But you want to be very careful. You want to go and make sure it goes through here and you're not wrapping it around anything like this. It should sit just like that. You also want to go between the window. From now on, the window stays open until you put the top back on. All right, so like I was saying, short end up here, run it down. Do not get your hydraulic in there. You can see I ran it right up over the speaker side. It comes up through here. Let me back up a little bit so you can see everything. Comes out over the speaker, then it comes up and hangs right there. So just to give you an idea, a little pregame of what we're going to do when we're ready to lift. I haven't got to the other side yet. So all we're going to do is just pull. All right, it'll get snug. You also want to make sure this is flat on your weather stripping. Don't have it, I'll get out of my way. Sorry, I'm sure it's great camera work. Don't have it twisted because you'll indent your weather stripping. Make sure it's flat. And then when we're ready to lift, all we're going to do is pull this side, then we'll pull that side. As you can see, it's staying tight because that cam automatically locks it in place. Now if I want to loosen it, all I got to do is push it and I'm loose again. To tighten it, I just pull it and it gets taut. So the toughie on this part with a new roof is down here. Once you pull your roof, you're going to have a seal under there, and nothing's going to happen to that seal, but breaking that seal for the first time is rough. So in order to get this strap through here, you're going to want to lift this, I'm trying to move back, and pull it up to break that seal on each side. Once you do that for the first time, you can just lift it after that. Mine lifts up really easy now. All right, we're set to lift. Both sides are on there. They run under the front, along the top, out the back, up to the hooks. Now, before you do this and you're in the home stretch and like, oh, it's gonna be great and everything else, make sure all your screws are out. Been there, done that. Make sure, absolutely 100% sure, without a doubt, you disconnect those, because it'll lift with those connected. But when you go to pull out, that's a bad, important safety tip. Bad things happen. So let me set the phone up somehow to see if I can give you an idea of how I lift this. I'm not a YouTuber, so bear with me, Steve. All right, I think I got it. And if not, you get the basic idea. So you're ready to lift. All you do is you take the loose end, all right? And again, it's going to be tough at first because you have your initial seal to break. All I do is just get a hand under here, lift, and pull the strap. Oh, I got my seal to break this year too. There you go. One side's up. I don't know if you can see that. A good 3 or 4 inches already. Leave it like it is. All right. Go to the other side and do the exact same thing. Get it tight, lift, pick it up, pull the slack. My roof is now off. That's it. That's all there is to it. Those cams will not come loose. All right, so you're good on that. But the one thing that you have to do after this is, let me flip this around. See how it's cockeyed? You just pick up the front and level it off on the straps. Your doors have to be open in order to do this because otherwise that front's got nowhere to go. So as a rule of thumb, your T-tops come off first, your bolts inside come off second. You disconnect the wiper, you disconnect the spray to the wiper, hook everything up and pull it. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about, evening this out too. I'm going to try and do this so you can see. But the top is on the strap. So all I gotta do is just lift. And it'll even itself out. Okay, now I can go higher. All you need is enough for your Jeep, you know, to pull away. This is more than enough. But I do it all the way up, you know, one shot to where those cams are almost at the ceiling. So let me lift this side a little bit more. That's about as high as it's going to get. Let me get the other side. There we go. So that sucker's up there. Never, ever, ever, ever put your fingers under here. That would be bad news. That's it. So what do you do next? Next step is you're going to, I'm sorry, I'm getting all dirty here. Your next step is you're going to take Actually, you're gonna get in the car. You're gonna take your doors and close them a little bit. They're not gonna close all the way. Let me see if you can see this. Because obviously it's gonna hit the front. So you just wanna close them enough, all right? And you just literally drive out. That's it, nothing else to it. Drive out slow, it's gonna snag a little bit. It'll ride your roll bar, okay, the cushioning on there, but you'll be able to pull out and it'll be a non-issue. So let me do that real quick. All right, so just pulled out. Roof hangs fine. You can see what I'm talking about where the straps run it. All right, cam shouldn't ever let go because they're gonna get a bite, like a knot bite into this. However, this is where the second set comes in. You can see where your hookups were over there. Here's where your screw holes were, etc. I leave the window open. Yes, I'll even walk underneath it because I trust it. I leave the window open all summer just to keep it up and keep stress on this because I don't want to get, you know, seals to blow on that. So hold on a second. Let me put one of those straps, other straps on, and I'll show you that. All right, so backup straps are on. So a couple people ask me why I don't, let me flip, use these backup straps and just, you know, winch the top up and everything else. Well, there's a problem with that. If I make this tight, in order to get it down, when I squeeze these together, then that strap with all the weight just drops. When I go to put this roof back on, I'll make another video for you. But with the cam release here, with the main straps, I can manage that tension and make it drop really slow. Sorry, my garage is a mess right now. I have to unwinterize it. But here's one, and just to give you a heads up, I never want this strap to be the main strap. So all the tension is on this one at all times. This has a little bit of, you know, looseness in it. I'm sorry, this one has a little bit of looseness in it to where I cam it up just enough to where it touches this side, back side, that's it. I don't want the weight to be on this. I want the weight to be on this. All right, so the other thing that you're gonna wanna do immediately before you even do this, I can't take videos for shit, is space. Where do you put your doors? Dirt on me. Where do you put your doors? Where do you put your sunroofs? So do a YouTube search for Jeep PVC door holder, T-top holder, whatever, and you'll get this. That PVC, that's only PVC tubing, and this is pipe wrap, you know, so your pipes don't get cold. I put my tops in the center, and when I put my doors in here, I'll show you. But my doors go on the side. It keeps them off the floor. It keeps them cushioned. You can see it. It's got a lot of, you know, a lot of use on it. But it's a good way just to keep them out of the way. If you can't find anything on YouTube, let me know and I'll just give you the measurements for it. All it is just like I said, PVC tubing, some elbows, and some T-joints, and that's it. Flipping doors are heavy. All right, but anyways, you can see it holds everything up. Nothing will scratch the paint because of the styrofoam stuff. They sit in there nice. They sit off the ground. It's out of the way. It gives you room in your garage. Some people will just do them on wood. I prefer the PVC because if something happens, I just rewrap them. Usually I rewrap the thermal wrapping like once every, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, where it gets its bumps and bruises and such. Regardless, the Jeep's pretty much topless, doorless. So that's it to pull on your top. I'm not done with videos. I'm going to send you this one, but I'm also going to show you some accessories that you're going to need to make your Jeep legal in Ohio with no top indoors.